When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Kurland. Running Valentine Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lord? What up, Lord? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like big folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Kurland. Running Valentine Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. Word up. Word up. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lord? What up, Lord? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like big folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Kurland. Running Valentine Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. Word up. Word up. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lord? What up, Lord? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like big folk, then get out the gym. Monday through
All right, good morning and welcome in here on this Monday morning. We are live from our Southern Regional Medical Center studios. Shout out to the team here at SRMC. Southern Regional takes great care of us. They'll take great care of you. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Shreveport, as they house Tingle and Co. Brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel brings you our show every single day. Every time we're live, it's because of our friends over at FanDuel. I'm opening up the FanDuel Sportsbook app right now. You see the logo spinning in the top corner. It's that easy. Go ahead and download the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Go over to the FanDuel Sportsbook website. And, of course, always gamble responsibly. A huge day of World Cup soccer today, as you have Portugal versus Spain at 2 p.m. And then tonight, the U.S. versus Belgium after a huge day yesterday as well. Brazil and Netherlands, as well as England and Mexico last night. Big-time World Cup soccer. Make sure if you want to gamble responsibly on it, you do with our friends over at FanDuel. But we are live here in our Southern Regional Medical Center studios. Lloyd, Wyatt, fellas, good morning. How are we doing?
Good morning. Doing great.
Yeah?
Very chipper.
Very chipper. Had an exciting weekend, did you, Wyatt Vaughn?
Fucking best weekend I've had.
You got a ring on that hand or what?
Got a ring on my hand. Yep.
You got engaged?
No.
To the game?
Yeah,
Engaged,
that's right. You
yeah.
know he's married to the game.
Yeah, amen.
Absolutely. 7 years into my LSU dynasty, so we're looking good.
There
Built
you
this
go.
thing up into a monster.
Lloyd, how are you, sir?
I figured out, look, you say to bet responsibly on FanDuel. I don't think there's anything more responsible than going through the correct score in a soccer match and going 1-0, 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 1-2, and I did it all the way down for 14 possible results. All you had to do was hit one.
Yeah.
Hit one to break even, $14 because that fucking because that fucking PK at the end of the game, so Neymar could do his little dance and talk a little smack to the keeper. I was like, oh, 2-1 paid out $28.
Yeah.
This one only paid out 14, so literally put in 14 bets, all at $1, and that's the one that
just
cashed.
made it back.
That's right.
There you go.
All that research. Oh, we'll do it again. It
Of
could be a
course you
possible
will.
loophole.
Today.
Yeah, do all
Run it back.
all the way up to 2-2, and if they
Free
score
money
more than
blitz.
that, we're in trouble.
There you go. What
But it's
a
been
good
electric
weekend.
to watch.
It has been. Yesterday was a great day.
And I mean, the biggest news of all, like Team America, World Police didn't even play yesterday, and they're the biggest winner.
They
get your striker
are
back.
The biggest story, and that's what I was hoping both Christian and Wyatt would be here because I just had a gut feeling they probably feel differently about this result. But I will open the floor to you, Wyatt. Your thoughts on the
the moral police.
the reversal of the red card and the lifting of the suspension.
Mongolian reversal.
No, look, I think I'm glad he's eligible because at its basis, I want the USA to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing, and this obviously helps the USA to win. On the other hand, do I think it's kind of fucking stupid and kind of insane that someone got a red card, the rule is that they should be suspended for the next match, and Donald Trump makes a call, and they're like, yeah, we're going to fucking wave this one off, boys. We were out of our depth there. It shouldn't have been a red card. Like, the call during the game was bad. That's not anywhere stated in the rules. If this was a Belgium player,
That's what I was going to ask you.
we'd be fucking apoplectic. I would even raise the stakes and say this. If an Alabama player got a targeting in the second half the week before LSU, and it was an objectively bad call, but the rule is that he should miss the next first half against LSU, and they reversed it because they were just like, it's a bad call. Everyone fucked up on
Nick
this one,
Saban
boys.
made a phone call.
We would be fucking livid. So, look, I'm happy that he's eligible. I'm happy he's going to play. I hope the USA win tonight. I think they were in the wrong here, but I think the way the rules are written, they're going to be wrong either way. Like, they should just go to a system where it's like, if you get a red card, you're out for the rest of that game, that's fine. We'll send it off to FIFA or whatever governing body is the head of this tournament, and then they'll decide whether it's a suspension or not, and we'll go from there. Because the way it's written right now, it just leaves them too liable. Like, they lose either way. If they don't overturn it, the USA is mad because it's an objectively bad call. If they do overturn it, the rest of the world's mad because what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it because I do think if the roles were reversed, you probably get
I don't
a different
think Belgium has
reaction.
enough pool.
And
At some point, you're America. You're hosting the damn party. I get to make my own
This
rules.
is what I said
I
this
hate
morning.
this.
I said it's the most America
Hell
thing
yeah.
ever on this.
It is.
On July 4th weekend to be like, no, we're America. This is in America. You're not ruining this for us.
Who's Infantino? Wow.
And the president of the United States.
I'm calling Gianni.
Calling and figuring it out. Absolutely hilarious. Look,
I mean,
I'm
Donald
gonna
Trump knows
take
nothing. I would say knows nothing about soccer.
of course.
If none of us know anything about soccer,
course.
I would say as an American
It's
people.
don't take away our best player.
No.
We're gonna figure out how to get him back.
Yes. That didn't look right.
Something's wrong with that call.
That's I mean, it is objectively crazy, but
It
it
is.
also is in the world of what I would deem probably the most corrupt sports league.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
saying a lot. Or
Well,
that
anytime the who's in charge of the league is a governing body or a federation, that just doesn't sound right.
sounds like some America take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Saying, like, look, welcome to the party. Look, you've let America in by letting us host in North America. Now the USA is good. Look, you screwed aside.
And-
We have left the kids' table. We're at the big boy table, and now we're also holding court.
Right.
Like,
And
this guy's a good storyteller that's here now. He's fun.
And Ivo says it. He already made the World Cup 4 quarters.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we're kind of colonizing soccer right now. It's
Right
kind of
before-
awesome.
Your sport kind of sucks, so
Yeah.
let's
Let
fix
us go ahead
it.
and fix this.
Let's get these boys in pads.
Yeah, you can start using your hands. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
But I'm going to take all the common sense and whatever out of it and just say I'm fired up that the U.S. got the best
Absolutely.
player back, and it's going to make the game that much better tonight. because it is a huge one tonight. Have they? They haven't made it to the quarterfinals before, have they?
They have. They've
believe
never
they
gotten
made it
out.
They've never gotten out of the quarterfinals.
Yeah, so this is the round of 16, which is this is used to be the first round of bracket play basically before they expanded it. They've been in the round of 16. They were in the round of 16 in 2022. They lost to the Netherlands. They were in 2014. They lost a heartbreaker to Belgium.
Right.
I don't remember about 2010. I want to say in 2002 is the only time they ever won a bracket play game before. Yeah, and made it to the Elite Eight. I want to say. I'm not 100% sure.
Because it's a huge one tonight as they face off against Belgium, who you named. What, it was 2014 they played them last time?
Yeah, heartbreaker, extra time. I think it was 2-1. Crazy game.
It is Monday night football tonight.
I just saw that.
I know it is. I mean, it is Monday
Talk
night.
about colonizing the sport. And y'all should play Monday night.
Yeah.
Great success here in America.
USA is going to go and play on a Monday night because that's just how it goes around here.
Oh, if ESPN did like a Mike Tirico and John Gruden,
Coach.
like, bum, 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 bum,
Imagine.
how much money would they make?
Dude.
It would be incredible.
Do a Manning cast.
A Manning cast would be great. It'd be so fucking. Lisa Salters on the sideline.
Yes.
Flo Balagoon has been ruled eligible for tonight.
Where are they playing at?
Oh, I don't know.
This is in
it's
Seattle.
on the West Coast.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is everybody's fired up because I think it's been the best environment, and that makes sense because in football,
No, NFL.
like Seattle goes nuts. So,
12th man.
and then I was thinking about this. Could you imagine if they did this in New Orleans?
Coach.
Because if they're saying Seattle is the best environment, if you did that in the Dome, I don't know how it works because I don't know how the grass situations works at all in any of these scenarios because these are some dome stadiums they're playing in.
Right.
And I don't know where New Orleans would grow grass or be able to get grass. Holly Grove, particularly, not that type of grass. But it would be a very interesting, like, the New Orleans is set up perfectly for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, they are
playoff
one of the
games are electric.
best hosting cities in the
National
world.
championships.
Right.
This should have been a call.
Well, look,
Mexico's right there.
If you need a great environment and
Easy
grass,
travel.
If you need a great environment and grass is the deal breaker, how about we just compromise an hour up the road? Let's just do it in fucking Death
Tiger
Valley,
Stadium.
baby.
That would be awesome.
That would be incredible.
Coach. It would be
Caravan from
We'll
New Orleans.
fucking
They're playing Baton
we'll
Rouge.
get these England people singing neck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It would be unbelievable. But I like it is Monday night football tonight. We're making the United States is turning the World Cup into American football.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, they're doing as much as they can to do so. And it's been great. Like, I feel like it's been an overwhelming success. Like, have there been any complaints about the hosting of the World Cup by the United States?
No, if anything, I feel like, I guess it's mostly European countries, but I guess I'll go in totality. All of the other countries, it seems like, have kind of been, like, propagandized to hate us, and they've all come here and been like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You got 44-ounce soft drinks. This is great. Like, and
That's
I feel
a
like,
medium?
And I feel like we're probably the same way with other countries. Like, I feel like if we went to, certain countries in Europe, it would be like, wow, this is actually a lot better than what people say. So I think it's been awesome for the reputation of the United States. You know what I mean? For all these countries to come here and be like, wow, all the people are like really, really nice. Like, there's not as much violence. They're not worried about the gun thing. Like, that's what I feel like people are told in other countries, but it's great.
I'm
just out here fucking singing country roads.
Yeah.
It's been an overwhelming. I did see Pierce Morgan say on Twitter, he said, "Happy July 4th, America. Our accents are better. Your beer's too cold. It's football, not soccer, and cricket's more exciting than baseball."
Sorry, Pierce, if it's too pink. Beer's too cold. Steak's too good. Oh, it's too big and too juicy. I hate that.
Beer's too cold is a crazy sentence.
That is one thing that would piss off pretty much every
that's
red-blooded American.
He says
Beer's
so
too
many
cold.
things in this, and every quote to
You can
seems
stop
like,
it there.
The beer's too cold.
Yeah.
To say that cricket is better than baseball is wild, and the fact that I'm more mad about the beer thing just goes to show how fucking bad of a take that is.
And,
It's
and I'm a
unbelievable.
man that loves a hot drink. That beer's too cold, no such thing.
I
Once
mean,
that
come on.
cold beer hits your hand on a Friday night,
Come on.
whew, pair of jeans that fit just right.
I forgot.
That's about as American as it gets.
Yeah, it's so American.
Yo, I like my chicken fried.
But we appreciate all of you getting in here and starting your morning with us. As like we said, it's been an exciting weekend of World Cup soccer, and it's only going to continue on with some Monday night football tonight. But it actually gets started at 2 p.m. With Portugal and Spain. Big-time
Portugal
matchup.
on demand.
There you go.
Isn't that a band? Portugal on demand.
And then you also have the U.S. tonight, of course. And there hasn't been too much going on besides the playing of this video game that we obviously, if you tuned in, we appreciate everybody that watched us Thursday evening. And then we came in here on Friday. Did no show Friday morning, took the morning off, but got in here, went live, pulled up the Dynasty mode again on Friday. We appreciate everybody that tuned in and checked out what we had going on with the video game this week. And our first look at LSU's 2026 football team, Trades Green,
as advertised,
might be better in the game than we've been talking about him being. And we've been talking about him like he's an alien, which he is. Lamar Brown also very good in the game.
Elite.
Maybe the best freshman in the game, which makes sense because he was, of course, the number one player in recruiting. But it was an exciting game. It was cool to get to really kind of see the football team together, or like just see this new LSU football roster.
It's the closest we've been to action in year.
Especially when it's an entire new team. Like, it's this whole new offense. You've got new players everywhere, really, besides tight end and running back. Defensively, you have new players all over the field as well. And it was just cool to see them up together. And then, of course, see Wyatt and his honey hole dominate Dynasty mode. It's been it was a fun weekend. But there was some news that broke as we were live on both Thursday and Friday playing the game. We reacted to a commitment announcement live on Thursday as Greedy James, who is a defensive back committed to Texas, announced his flip to LSU. Wyatt, it seemed like you saw this one coming, and it had been talked about for quite a while. But ultimately makes a decision. What is LSU getting in Greedy James?
Yeah, this was really one of the worst kept secrets in recruiting for a week or two. Everyone kind of figured Greedy James was flipping to LSU. I love this pickup for LSU. This is a guy that Corey Raymond absolutely loves. We've talked about it on here. He's listed as a safety on his recruiting profile, but I think Corey Raymond really, really likes him as a cornerback. Now, maybe he gets on campus and he likes him more as safety and he moves there, but I think as of right now, he's a cornerback, and I put it in the document, but there's a quote from one of the Texas On3 staff members. One person I talked to today thinks Greedy James is the best corner prospect in the state of Texas over John Meredith. John Meredith is the number one cornerback in the country and a top 5 player nationally. So that just goes to show you what kind of promise this guy has. I think this is a guy who is absolutely going to be a massive riser in the rankings. I think he's somewhere in the 200s, 300s right now. Absolutely love this pickup. You did lose out on Brandon Sherrard, I think, because of this situation. I'm absolutely fine because I think Corey Raymond preferred Greedy James, and this is just another massive pickup for what's shaping up to be a really good recruiting class for the Tigers.
And who were our two guys that ended up with South Carolina?
Josh Dobson, 5-star cornerback, I believe.
They had been off of for a while. And it seemed like it was moving in that direction.
Right. His NIL number, it seemed like, got a little bit too high. Pete Nakos put out an article, I believe it was Thursday or Wednesday maybe, that his NIL number was at around $1.5 million. So that was a little bit too high. And then Davian Jones for South Carolina, the safety, who was also the teammate of Josh Dobson. Yeah. LSU was in on him. Seemed like they were leading right up until the 11th hour where South Carolina came in with a big NIL push. It seems like Shane Beamer's on the hot seat. He knows it. It seems like he's trying to use this recruiting class to kind of get himself off of the hot seat and say, we've got a lot of talent coming in. We're going to be okay. So South Carolina gets both those guys from the state of South Carolina. But I'm not worried about a defensive back room led by Corey Raymond.
No, not at all. And this is Greedy James, correct?
Yes.
Here's a look at the newest LSU commit as he flips from Texas and joins this DB room led by, of course, Corey Raymond, the best in the country at what he does. And it's just been really cool to see the momentum that LSU's picked up over the last month and a half, truly. Like throughout the month of June, what they did in recruiting with the official visits, how awesome all of it looked, and just some of the storylines that come with it. When you get players to campus for the first time and they leave campus committed to your school, it's just an impressive flex, I would say. Like, I mean, the kids end up here and then they leave a part of your program. And then they've been able to – this is another one. Like, look, from a football standpoint, this is a big-time player and is a huge addition to the future of LSU football and huge for that defensive back room, which is one of the positions we've talked about that from just a depth standpoint over the last handful, like this year, is one that it's not quite as deep, especially after an injury to Aiden Anding, and you're seeing them build in high school recruiting, of course, what they may do in the portal. We, of course, did the math ourselves when we were playing Dynasty on Thursday and Friday, trying to balance out the portal and high school recruiting, getting a look at how these guys do it in real life. But you're seeing what they're adding here into that room, and it's awesome to see, and especially when Greedy leaves his interview and he's asked, he was asked the question, who is somebody that you're looking to bring with you, or who is somebody that you want to be a part of LSU with you? He says, my guy Easton Royal, another LSU Texas commit. Because that's the other thing. Look, as much as this is awesome on a football standpoint, from PR, I mean, you are flipping a recruit from Texas, right? And in the NIL era, that is a big deal, right? Now, you might say, what is Texas's football culture, all these things. Texas, what they have is they have money. And you've played the game with Texas before and lost, was it Cade Phillips? In the Underwood class, where he was committed to LSU, and then at the 11th hour got the bag from the Longhorns and flips to Texas. And you're seeing LSU beat out Texas for Greedy James, and then for him to hop off that interview, and the last thing he says is that he's trying to bring his guy Easton Royal over, who is number one on the list for LSU football right now. The momentum the Tigers have rolling for them is massive. And it didn't stop there. I mean, yesterday, the pictures, one of them is the thumbnail for this show, of Lane Kiffin come out from LSU, from Media Days, and Easton Royal posts one of those pictures of Lane Kiffin on his story. And then you see, like an hour or so later, almost an hour later, he then posts Sumrall and Sark, which is, I think we can all fill in the lines here, right? Read in between the lines, fill in the blanks. Somebody said, "Hey, Easton, you can't just post Lane," and so you got to even it out. But then, in addition to that, Jalen Brewster, the other guy that may or may not, if he's not number one on the list, he's number two on the list, posts his video from his official visit with LSU, and it might be one of the best commercials for LSU football I've ever seen. I mean, the young man is standing in the Skyline Lounge, whatever it's called, Skyline Club, as they do. They take their pictures with Death Valley in the background, some of the best photographs in football, which he also says himself. And, I mean, he's just like oohing and eyeing over LSU and the experience and the people. And he's sitting at dinner with Deuce Geralds, who's one of the top defensive tackles from last year's class, and expects to be a breakout freshman this year. And it's like the best commercial LSU could have asked for, because it's the number one player in the country, just in awe of what this program is. And it was a great behind-the-scenes look at what an official visit at LSU under Lane Kiffin in this new era looks like. And if you haven't seen it, I advise to go check it out, sit back and watch Jalen Brewster's official visit to LSU. But in addition to that, he keeps posting things on his stories. He keeps going to workouts and doing things with LSU gear on nonstop. Here is the video if you guys want to search it up and go watch it after our show this morning. It's five-star Jalen Brewster official visit at Louisiana State University on the Jalen Brewster YouTube channel. Look, it was a great behind-the-scenes look at an official visit as the number one player in the country, but also it was just a great look at the mindset of the young man, like seeing where his head was at with LSU. And like I said, I mean, it is as good of a commercial for LSU football as you could ask for, because it's the number one player in the country, just impressed with your program. And it continues to add to this momentum that they've been riding and the conversation we've been having for the last 2 or so weeks of what LSU's been able to do in recruiting. It just continues to add on to just how impressive it's been. And speaking of that NACO's article, he brings up both Easton Royal and Jalen Brewster, talking about some of the financials. He says about Easton, Texas 5-star wide receiver commit Easton Royal is still being courted by LSU and Florida. Sources told On3 a final decision could drag out until National Signing Day. Florida and LSU are both willing to pay north of $1.2 million to flip Royal. A source said it's anywhere from $1.2 to $2 million, a source involved in their recruitment said. He continues on. He talks about Jalen Brewster. He says Brewster is another top name being courted to flip still, with the Tigers and Gators active in his recruitment, along with Texas, set to make roughly $1 million at Texas Tech. Offers are pushing $1.5 million. Ed Orgeron has made some real waves in that recruitment to get LSU involved with Brewster, a source said. So there's from Pete Nakos, the two guys that have been the talk of the town for LSU football, and Easton Royal and Jalen Brewster. Not cheap. Very expensive, but we've said it. If there was, if the conversation was Texas Tech and Texas can just drop a bag and put out this offer that completely blocks LSU out, what would that number be? Because they haven't done it yet, right? LSU's consistently battled, has stayed in these conversations, and have been able to, whatever the number's been, I would assume it's raised, and they've been able to compete and stay with it. And what that tells me is that they view both of these guys as day one, game one type players, right?
And that I think is the most impressive part, is that it feels very obvious that LSU is going after these two and at the front of the list, and Texas Tech and Texas haven't been able to do anything to push them away yet. Like, when you get into those conversations of Texas Tech trying to build a brand and trying to capitalize on short-term success and how do they know how to do it, they just got a huge influx of money from $1 billion booster, and this is how they're building their programs, whether it be softball to football. It's throw money at it and see what you can get in return. LSU has been in these recruiting battles with Texas before and lost out because of money.
Right.
You saw what happened with, and this all can kind of go back to Bryce Underwood, where it's like you have to change your mindset of, if you think you're going to swim in the great wide open with where all the big sharks are, like, you got to be able to have, like, big shark money. You got to have big game money if that's what you want to hunt for. And LSU could always get into the door, could never really actually close. Now it feels like you're getting in the door and you're kind of the problem, which for LSU, it says one thing, that they are ready and prepared to pay for whatever it takes, that you can't really just get bought out of the scenario.
Yeah.
Like, it's not only the recruiting aspect that Jalen Brewster's fallen in love with, it's that you have to be somewhat competitive, and it feels like LSU is on the money front.
No, definitely. I mean, if they weren't competitive, they wouldn't be in the conversation.
Yeah, it would have been like, loved it.
Yeah, it would have been that both of these guys took their last official visits of June to the respective programs they're committed to. And you've seen that all of it many times. You go to that final visit and
shut it down.
You shut down your recruitment. The offer comes through. I mean, especially when we remember the conversation around Easton's recruitment, that visit specifically. LSU did not want him to go to Austin and made it a conversation where Texas had to convince him to go to Austin. And so you would think if Texas is pushing and doing everything they can to get him there, what they would do once he's there is seal the deal and make sure he doesn't leave, right? Make sure that he doesn't leave without shutting that thing down. And that didn't happen. And I think, to Lloyd's point, the most intriguing part is the fact that Lane Kiffin and LSU have been very obvious in how they view this whole money conversation of, we're going to pay the guys that are going to play, right? We're going to pay the guys on the field. We want money on the field. And you saw it in the portal last year. They wanted more money to spend in certain spots, so they didn't go and get a Cam Coleman or a top portal receiver. Instead, they spread it out. They got maybe the next tier of receivers in Eugene Wilson and Winnie Watkins and Jace Brown, Jax Harris, these guys, instead of spending on a big-name guy, because they want money on the field, right? They're going to do everything they can to go get a Jordan Seaton, because they know that $40 million spent there is going to be at left tackle, right? However much they spent. And I think they view Jalen Brewster and Easton Royal as guys that they can invest the money in, because as freshmen, they're going to play. They spend money on Richard Anderson and Lamar Brown and Deuce Gerald's. Why? Because as true freshmen, they're going to do what?
Play.
They're going to play a lot, I think. If the video game tells you
Yeah.
anything, Lamar Brown's going to play a whole lot.
Well, just look at Deuce Gerald's whenever he took his shirt off. Like,
Right.
These are not high school kids. These are grown men. And that's the difference between, that's what you pay for. There's no really development aspect to this. It's, you come in, physique-wise, you're ready to play.
Yes.
You don't need to grow. Like, now, the speed of the game and all of those things, that changes. But physically, they are ready to play.
Yeah.
And that's what also a part of what you're investing. Like, Eastern Royal is physically ready to play. Jalen Brewster is physically
Right.
ready to play right now.
Right.
And they have another year of high school. But that's also what you're investing in, is I could put them on the field and not necessarily worry about, no, they need a year in the weight room, whatever, because now you look at it, and it's not transfer portal where you're paying for 1 year. Like, you're getting Seton for a year. You're
Yeah.
getting Sam Levitt probably for a year.
Right.
This is 3 years that you're getting a player for. So if you have to pay now, and I'm sure that money will come back around and you'll have to pay it again.
Of course.
But if you get them onto campus, then you don't have to worry about going into the transfer portal and possibly paying more than you would have if as a Eastern Royal as a sophomore, or they never even hit the portal. This, you get them for a year probably at a discount as a
Right.
freshman, and then you have the real conversation for sophomore and junior year.
Yeah.
If this thing continues to operate the way that it is, where they're paying $350,000 for a low 4-star.
Right.
For these 5 stars, that number is immensely much higher.
Well, and you're seeing where they pick and choose their spots. Like the conversation about Albert Simeon. He commits, later, I think the end of about 2 weeks ago, commits to, what was it, Notre Dame he committed to?
Yeah.
The number one offensive lineman in Louisiana, right out of Sam Houston, right? That why isn't LSU spending? Well, maybe the number got to a place where LSU wasn't
not-
investing the money at that position because they didn't feel like that position that they're going to play early on. They'll spend on a CLA and maybe a Kelsey Adams Jr. who they're trying to flip from Georgia, and these other guys at that spot because they might not be as big of a price, and they need to develop, right? As many true freshmen do. I mean, Will Campbell is an anomaly. You don't come in as a true freshman and start a left tackle in the SEC. That's why it was applauded the way it was, because it doesn't happen. And so instead of spending the money there, let's spend it at positions we do feel like can translate. Defensive tackle and wide receiver are positions that as a true freshman, if you're physically ready, like Lloyd said, you can play, right? Because it's not quarterback, right? It doesn't take the mental breakdown. You're not having to catch up to the game as much. Sometimes at wide receiver or even on the defensive line, if you are that good of an athlete and your technique is sound enough, you can just play. And I think these guys, that they're betting on that.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing. All of this that we're talking about, it boils down to one word that the staff is doing, and it's efficiency. They're efficient in every single thing they do, whether it's making sure they have the most amount of money possible on the field. And what I look at it as, when you look at a guy like Jalen Brewster, LSU was never really in that recruitment until maybe about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you say, there's so many times in the past where LSU, it seems like, has put so much resources into a recruiting battle that maybe they were never going to win. The recruitment I always go back to is Corey Foreman, right, who was the number 1 player in the country, ended up going to USC eventually. This is one where I think they've made big waves, obviously. Ed Ogeron has done such a good job here. They looked at it and say, number 1 player in the country. He's committed to Texas Tech. There's a lot of really, really negative press around Texas Tech right now. He loves Kevin Peoples. Let's get him on a visit. We've got Ed Ogeron. He just came in. Let's see what we can do here, right? He came in. They think they have a chance. Okay, now we're going to put the resources into you. We're going to try to get you to flip. And they've done that with other prospects. Seen it be like, I don't think we're going to get him, and kind of back off a little bit with Albert Simeon, Abraham Cisse, who was the same week as Jalen Brewster. It seemed like he was kind of going to Notre Dame, so it said, okay, I'm glad you came for the visit, glad we tried, but I don't think it's going to work out. We're going to invest our resources and our time into spots where we think it's going to be more beneficial for us, where we can actually make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think it's really been cool to see kind of that plan and that method work out right in front of our face and kind of witness it. And, and obviously the lens we view it through, right? Other people might look at it and go, that's a stupid way to go about it. You're letting the number 1 offensive lineman in, say, Louisiana walk. Like, yeah, no, I mean, that sucks. But at the same time, sometimes in in this new era of college athletics, we're all kind of learning as it goes. And sometimes finishing second in a recruitment for a Louisiana guy, or just in general, isn't the worst thing, right? Because you might be able to still get that player later on down the line for lesser of a price, right? And so,
Well, and we're in a very peculiar spot as just an LSU show where you're seeing the turnover and the transition from two different styles. Like you've gone from, I mean, it's been a very quick turnaround from Ed Orgeron to Brian Kelly to now Lane Kiffin, and obviously two of these were in the NIL era. You saw one approach, and now you see, like you saw that approach change from how that regime handled it to where it was at the end. You're like, okay, maybe this is the way to do it. You saw him change 3 different times.
Yeah.
Now to Lane Kiffin, who very much had a process of what he was doing at Ole Miss, and now you get to see him kind of change and do it because he has more resources. It's on a grander scale. The players are better, that he can kind of mold his approach to the NIL thing and to recruiting, and you have to give him credit for the recruiting
100%.
aspect for bringing it Ed. Like that, a lot of people say, oh, perfect fit. There's a lot of people that still are like, I don't know if he should be back in coaching.
Yeah.
And LSU to be the one to take the swing on him and his buddy Lane Kiffin, it feels like probably the only spot he could have gotten a job, but also the perfect spot for him to get a job.
Yeah.
And you see what he does. Hit the ground running. It jumped out the car in a full sprint.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, and I'm going to Jalen Brewster. Because it was Kevin Peoples. That's who was doing it. You're like, this is cool. Like, you saw them take a picture together.
Right.
Fast forward 24 hours when Ed's on staff, and now they're leaning up against each other in the jungle. You're like, this is how you do it.
Yep.
And he's all over this video with Jalen Brewster. Like, that's the guy he's leading the charge on this thing. And that's how LSU can be whenever you put the people and the resources in the right places.
right.
It already does recruit itself, but now you have people actually recruiting it the way it's supposed to be done, which should be terrifying for everybody in the country, including Jay White, 6'3", 2'3", who says, no Easton Royal, no, he will stay in Texas. But a lot of wagers going on in the chat saying he will be an LSU Tiger, and I will wait to see.
That's all right. Hey, wager it up in the chat. We appreciate the conversation
He
in the
dropped
chat,
a hell
as
of a
always.
highlight video.
Who did?
Easton Royal.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's very
He's
good.
very good.
No,
That's really good.
Very good. Very good. And it's really been cool to witness just the process itself and the way they've played it all out. Like it reminds me of like a quote that, I mean, speaking of LSU, Will Wade had said the quote in his presser when he talked about Schroyer and Roos and all of them going from McNeese to LSU. He was like, we had a process and a method and a system that worked on a regional scale at McNeese. He was like, and we believe we can take that process, that method, that system to LSU and it'll work on a national scale. And it feels like, even though it's not as big of a jump with Ole Miss to LSU, it's a similar mindset of Lane Kiffin looking and going, my system, my process, my methods, in addition to LSU, the brand that they are and the program that it is and the people that can pitch it, like an Ed Orgeron, can make something special. And it's been cool to see. And I'm excited to see how it continues to play out through July and into the season, because my next question was going to be, how much do you think, all the momentum there is right now, right? How much do you think wins and losses and what happens in this season plays in to the momentum that LSU has? Like, do you feel like a loss in week 3 or week 4 puts a big dent in the momentum where they're at now? Because I feel like as much as the momentum is high right now and they're recruiting and the players are enjoying and official visits have been awesome, they also need to see the proof on the field in the purple and gold, right? In Lane Kiffin's system and being able for it to be effective at LSU.
I think it's big. Like, I think it's massive. I think when you're recruiting in your first year as a head coach, that first time you step on the field, that recruiting pitch inherently changes, because before you step on the field, you're recruiting and you're pitching these guys on a dream, right? We've never seen Lane Kiffin coach an LSU football team. At the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. They could go 7-5. They could go 17-0. We don't know. You're selling them on something that they haven't seen yet. Yeah. If LSU goes out and drops 4 to 5 games, that could massively change the recruiting class, right? Like, you've spent $40 million on a roster. If you go out and you have a disappointing season, that could change everything. You're seeing it a little bit right now with Alabama. Alabama under Kalen DeBoer, the first 2 years, phenomenal recruiting classes with Kalen DeBoer, right? I think they were up in the top 5. They had Keelan Russell in one of those classes, right? And now they have like one of the lowest rated classes in the SEC. Now, part of that is I think they're struggling on the NIL front a little bit, but you're also seeing you're no longer selling these players on what is a dream. You're selling these players on what you've seen from Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. Yeah. And no matter what Alabama fans want to say, it's been a little disappointing. They've lost 7 games in 2 years. When's the last time that's happened? So yeah, if you go out and drop 3 or 4 games or 5 games as LSU, I think it absolutely changes where you're at in recruiting. Maybe not so much with this specific class because the NIL deals are already kind of done and dusted. But down the line, once you can't sell them on that dream of we're going to be really good here, it absolutely changes the mindset in every recruit's head.
Because that was my thing. Like, say these recruitments do play out till signing day, early signing day, whatever you want to call it, in December. A lot of football is played between now and December, right? I mean, that's the entire season is played by the end of by the Thanksgiving week, right? Mm-hmm. And so you will know what LSU was able to do in year 1 under Lane Kiffin by the time signing day gets here. And that was my thought. Like, if they're pushing for Royal and Brewster and the season doesn't go as anticipated, and they do drop the game to Ole Miss, and then they're hungover and they can't get the win over A&M, and they would be 2-2 at that point in the season, and it's looking rocky. And how do those things play out? Do you think that would have an impact on this class? Like, if you're a guy like Eastern Road, Jalen Brewster, you're loving LSU, blah, 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 but the wins don't follow through, do you see it changing their mind?
I think that it has a short-term effect, certainly when you're going throughout the year and you're trying to kind of base what you want to watch, who you want to root for. Texas could ultimately make a run at a national championship and a college football playoff, and they look dominant, and you go, I want everything that looks like, because now the city of Austin looks better.
Right.
Everything around it looks better, as opposed to Baton Rouge. When it's right, it's the best in the country. When it's not, it's just another place. There's not really anything that you can do. If the football isn't good, people will still go, and it still has this allure. But that's nowhere near what it is when it's at the very peak of its powers, where it's like, this place is just different. Like, you look around and you go, where am I?
Yeah.
Versus a 11 o'clock game that you're ultimately not playing for anything. So that's what would be the difference, especially if you go into a game where LSU does play Texas at home, and you would like for that to mean something, and then also be able to show the best version of yourself. Like, this is why you go to LSU instead of going to Austin, because I'm sure he will take visits to one, and then certainly this game, there's no reason for him not. So I think he will be an official visit to see Baton Rouge, and if it's a game that actually means something, you'll see Baton Rouge at the peak of its power.
Yeah.
And that means something. That's the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, because, I think there will be multiple opportunities for those games to be that, and I think it'll be exciting to see how these things play out, and it makes you start to itch more for the season to get here, right? Like, for football to get here, for LSU Clemson week 1 to get here, that game is going to be a spectacle. Like, listening to Roe, if you didn't listen to our sit down with Roe, has been excellent the last couple of times he's come in studio, as he is every time. But just the pride he has about his program right now is back. And listening to him talk about knowing what Seton and Levitt and Watkins and Eugene Wilson and all the guys that have transferred into LSU, right? You get pitched a whole lot of things. You get told a whole lot of things. And one of the things you get told is the atmosphere. Death Valley on a Saturday night, right? Tiger Stadium, the best fans in the sport, even if Urban Meyer calls us, what did he say? What did he call LSU fans? What, psychos, crazy people, whatever?
I don't think he's wrong.
No, he's not, right?
Well, it takes one to know one.
That's the allure, yeah. Where's that hand?
Yeah, you do your own thing on game day. Don't you worry about us.
All of those things.
Urban Meyer stuck his finger in my booty hole.
All of those things get pitched about LSU. Think about the experience those guys are going to have on September 5th when they run out of that tunnel. Talk about a full circle and acknowledgement and a confirmation of I made the right choice. I was told this place was going to be electric, right? I was told these fans were going to be the best. I was told all these things about what a Saturday night in Death Valley was going to look like. And, Coach, September 5th is going to be insane. We lived it on game number 1 of our dynasty here in studio, and we won 52-3. And it was the best game we played the whole time. We end up scratching and clawing our way to victory against Ole Miss, battling with Louisiana Tech. We barely beat Texas A&M.
Letdown spots are everywhere in that.
But Clemson,
the first 4 weeks.
But Clemson, Coach,
belt to ass,
got throttled because the Lane Kiffin era has begun. For us, it was the Chucky Funshine era, but that's okay. The same
playbook,
idea
same mantra,
applies.
Same enthusiasm and electricity was in the air.
Game number 1, Baton Rouge will be
on tilt.
Full effect. Like it hasn't been since probably, 2022 Bama. That place was rocking. 2024 Ole Miss, it was bumping. Like they were just, but I don't know if any of those had the build-up that this has because there are so many things. It's game day, it's this, it's that, it's
new era.
It's going to be electric. And that is such a confirmation for the guys that have transferred in here. And in addition to that, it is one of the best recruiting pitches you can have is look what it looks like. Because I can guarantee you at least one game this season where it's right. Like I can promise you one game that it is what LSU's always been talking about. Because I get it, right? Like people post the pictures from the second half against South Carolina or the end of the game against A&M from last year. They post all of those things where the stadium empties out and the A&M fans take it over and I get it. Look, it's for a fan base that talks and brags about how elite the LSU fan base is, right? It's not pretty when the stadium looks like that. But I can guarantee you, I can promise, absolutely promise one game this year that it is elite. What LSU is banking on is that there's 4 at least.
This could be the 4th.
Like from a standard of excitement, yeah. Like because think about Clemson, Texas A&M, Alabama, Texas, all at home, right? In addition to that, who's to say Louisiana Tech in week 2 isn't going to be bumping?
Well, it's a whole different version of the fan base,
right?
It's all the people that can't go to Clemson that want to go to Tech, and then it's the psychos that are going to both,
right?
And so you get a different flair of the fans that are like, this is my first week in Tiger Stadium, so you almost get to redo it. Because it's just different people setting up a tailgate that I don't get to go to every game, but when I do, and if it's Tech, I'm going to make it as special as I can 100%. For me. And so that's why that one also will be fun. But also for the Clemson aspect, like not only Clemson, but also for LSU, the fact that you get the same opponent against the same coach while you have changed your entire regime, you get to see the difference and the stark difference of what it would look like under Brian Kelly. You got to win. Not the prettiest way to do it, but it did happen on the road. And now Clemson has to come into your stadium with the new coach and be like, oh, wow, this team is markedly better than the one we prepared for last year. Because that's what I expect to happen.
And that's the other thing is you can't use any of that film.
No.
You could use some of it for maybe Blake Baker's schemes defensively, but it's all new players. He's going to have different packages. The whole, you can't use any of that film. Because that's the funny thing is, whatever – when we're growing up and we're playing sports, right? I remember in high school, before we would go play Walker, right? We would play our film against Walker last year because
that's what they do.
The best players were the same guys. In addition to that, the system was the same system. It's all the same. That doesn't happen anymore because it's all new. You can't use the film from last year because it doesn't help you.
You should probably watch Ole Miss film. You're probably going to want to watch Ole Miss more than you want to watch LSU.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a stark contrast when watching the film? Go watch the Brian Kelly offense and then go watch the Lane Kiffin offense.
You don't have any timeouts left.
Or you can watch or you can
3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Or you can tune in to the Tingle and Co video from last Thursday evening.
Yeah.
And watch the Chucky Funshine offense. And if you really want to watch something, go to the third quarter, LSU down 17-7 against Ole Miss. 17 plays, 75 yards, pulling your teeth out offense. Absolutely brutal. I went back and watched it because I can vividly remember after the drive, looking over at Lloyd, and Lloyd letting out this
that was a grind.
He was holding his breath.
It was like a 4th and 5 from our own 34.
You gotta go for
boys,
it.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, that was the 4th play of the drive.
Yes.
And I got 6 yards on the 4th and 5.
Yes.
3rd and 3. Let's get 4.
And so I went back and watched it, and I was like, oh my God.
I don't even know who got the controller after you, but it was
brutal.
Wet.
Yeah. My hands were clammy.
Well, Thursday ended on such a bad note. We needed that win against Ole Miss bad. That was first game
and then
on Friday.
We were rolling.
Yeah.
Great performance against Texas A&M.
Oh, thank you.
You guys had It was I had to go. Christian is an electric factor.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's unbelievable.
It's not always good for us, but something electric happens every time he gets on the controller.
It's impressive. And so if you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you go watch. I'm sure we'll be live soon, probably even today at some point, because the Xbox is right there, and it's always available, ready to rock and roll. But we appreciate all of you starting your morning with us as we've rolled right through hour number 1. We told you a little bit last week about our friends over at Bally's that we are now officially partnered up with, and Bally's Casino Hotel right here in Baton Rouge. It's right there. Like I said, it's on, from my memory growing up, we always went down Government and took that left onto St. Philip, and that's how we got to Nicholson to get to. We always parked, our family parking pass was always in Bernie Moore right there in front of the track. And so I always remember that drive down St. Philip as being the drive to Tiger Stadium. And Bally's Casino Hotel is right there. It is the best place to stay for an LSU football game. So if you're heading to Baton Rouge for LSU football, make the all-new Bally's Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel your football weekend headquarters. Located just 2 miles from the LSU campus, Bally's is your home away from home before kickoff and long after the final whistle. Stay close to all the action, then enjoy non-stop gaming excitement featuring 25,000 square feet of Vegas-style gaming floor, great dining, and the largest screens in town to catch every Tigers game home or away. This football season, stay where Tigers fans play, Bally's Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel. We appreciate Bally's, what they mean to us, and this partnership we have with them. That is a beautiful skyline right there. But it's the best place to stay. If you are in town for an LSU football game, if you just want to be closer to campus for an LSU football game, Bally's Casino Hotel. When me and Lloyd walked in there the first time to meet with the Bally's crew, beyond impressed with what it looked like. The job that they had done remodeling and what they invested, and they got their money's worth because it looks awesome. And it's literally a stone's throw away from Tiger Stadium. Some of the hotel rooms, you might even be able to get a peep at Tiger Stadium from the window. And so we appreciate Bally's. Make sure for this football season you go hit up our friends over there at Bally's to make sure they can take great care of you, because they will. We appreciate them for helping bring our show to you free every single morning. So we'll take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll open up hour number 2 of Tingle & Co. right after this.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granding at GOMART on the Go Deli.
GOMART has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
To Seattle, Washington. On a beautiful summer night in the Pacific Northwest under the lights at Lumen Field, the road to the World Cup quarterfinals runs through the Emerald City. And tonight, it's Monday Night Soccer. Romelu Lukaku and Belgium's Red Devils take on Christian Pulisic and the Stars and Stripes of the United States of America. 90 minutes, one winner, a place in the FIFA World Cup quarterfinals. Kickoff is next.
Oh, just a little AI Joe Buck for you guys. Get you ready for some Monday Night Football tonight.
Football.
A little Monday Night Soccer. The World Cup, of course, tonight. USA versus Belgium. After, of course, you have Portugal and Spain, which might be, why would you say, maybe the better matchup of teams, or no?
In terms of like how close they are?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. That is interesting because I feel like
both of these games are going to be like classics.
Yeah, the first game, Portugal and Spain, is a better game from the standpoint of those two teams are better than both the two teams tonight. I think so, but you can definitely make the argument that Spain is better than Portugal by a wider margin than whoever is the better team tonight. So yeah, I would say tonight is a closer matchup. The day game is the better game from I think those teams are better.
Yeah, I'm excited because I mean, and this is obviously the allure of the tournament is the farther you get into it, the better the matchups are. What is it? England versus Netherlands next week?
I actually haven't seen that because they only won last night. Which I think is going to be
that's
going to be a great game.
A great game.
England has been electric.
They have been.
France and Morocco, which is going to be a big game.
Right.
Argentina, Egypt, and Switzerland, Colombians tomorrow. No, England and Norway. That's going to be big. Wow. Holland versus England. Yeah, that's going to be really fun.
No, absolutely electric. It has been. It was a great weekend. Today should be a great day. But we talked about some of the news that happened on Thursday. There was also news on Friday.
Paraguay's a bunch of bitches.
Do what?
Paraguay. Did you see the way they played
I didn't really watch
game?
That one.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable what they tried to do because they were clearly outclassed. So they just made it turn it into like a fight in a phone booth where they were just doing everything you could that just made it seem almost like unwatchable how much they were trying to skirt the rules and play dirty and do all the things that, I understand if you're that outmatched, what you have to do to be able to keep yourself. So in that regard, respect, if this is how we have to fight, I'm going to fight as dirty as possible.
Right.
But I think there was a penalty kick with Messi and that before he goes to like have to put it on the little circle. Somebody prepared runs up and just starts scuffing it up, and they're just looking at him like, you can't let him do this because you have to put the ball there.
Right.
It's like a hitting out of a divot. I was like, this is unbelievable, the level of like low class that you can go to in soccer, and then they let you get away with.
Yeah.
Like it's not technically against the rules; it's just bad form, and it's just good to see, I guess. I believe it was Argentina get out of there with a win, but they did absolutely try to muck it up to the point of like, this is bad.
Yeah.
And the same team that I believe America fought in like the CONCACAF or whatever, they fought that Paraguay team, and they lost to this Belgium team.
It's getting wild. Cage of Curveball, $2 super chat, 2 claps, ready. Manning cast USA versus Belgium. No, I mean this is Monday Night Soccer. This is as American as it gets for the USA. And I cannot wait to get there. We'll see. I'm sure Mr. Fun might pop in today, see what he's feeling on the FanDuel standpoint of it. But there was LSU baseball news on Friday that hit the timeline as we were live. LSU baseball adds another transfer outfielder, this one from Oregon, Angel Laya, who commits to LSU. He's a potential first-round talent in 2028. He had 14 homers last year, hit right under 300, 47 ribbies. He is ranked as the number 11 college prospect in 2028 to go along with 5 other guys in the top 100 on this LSU roster. Of course, Angel at 11, Omar Cerna Jr. at 19, Mason Braun 33, Reagan Ricken 47, Landon Hood 74, and Diego Velasquez at 80. So there are 6 guys, but there is the newest addition in addition to some of these other guys that have just been. I mean, this is 3 top 10 guys. You can see from our guy Glenn West right there, and Bino Waters, Landon Hood, and now Angel Laya. Huge announcement. And it might tell you a little bit more than just about who LSU's getting. It might, if you read between the lines a little bit, fill in the blanks, tell you something about our guy Jake Brown, an LSU legend who, let's just say MLB Combine-wise, put on a show. What was top 5 in like every single event in the MLB Combine, it looked like Jake Brown was, which is no surprise. He's an athletic freak, and I think sometimes we took his athleticism for granted because it was just so smooth, right? I would assume this edition likely tells you what your outfield's going to look like, and it won't be Jake Brown returning. I just think that's the safest assumption with this. You don't go and make the moves you've made in the outfield if you anticipate the guy that might have been your best player last year coming back. But this does put the LSU outfield in a great spot with now Walks, Waters, Laya, and, of course, Nate Davis, the high schooler that opted out of the draft to come to LSU. And of course, a guy like William Patrick, who's also coming back and returning. You've got pieces out in that outfield for this Jay Johnson run program. But you would think you've got your 9 set up here with that DH and catcher, Aaron Beatty and Cerna, first base Braun, second base Kurland, third base Park, shortstop Stephen Milam, then your outfield of Waters, Walks, Laya, and then the starting pitching of Schmidt, Evans, Hood, Moore, and whatever. And there are so many other pieces. There's Ruckert, there's Patrick, there's Pearson, there's Yaman. It's given Jay Johnson exactly what he needs, and it's pieces all over the place to make this team as good as it can be. What was everyone's reaction to this edition on Friday, this announcement, and what it means for Jay Johnson moving into year number, what year would this be? 6?
6.
Year 6?
Wow, I'm ahead of Jay Johnson in my college football dynasty.
There you go.
There you go.
Way to catch up. But what was the reaction to this announcement?
Super excited, of course. It is kind of sad. The first thing my mind went to was it does seem like that's kind of closed case on Jake Brown, so sad to see him go. But obviously this is a massive pickup, /296, 396, 538, 14 home runs. I mean, those are big-time numbers in the Big Ten out at Oregon. My biggest thing that I took away from this was this is a guy who's going to be on campus for 2 years, barring another transfer. But the fact that you're going to get him for 2 years, and when you look at the roster now and how it's constructed, you've got 3 of the top 6 guys out of the portal. The number 1 guy is Cameron Flukie, who's going to the MLB Draft. So I'm going to go ahead and say 3 of the top 5 guys in the portal. Yeah. And 2 of those guys, Landon Hood and Angel Laya, are coming for 2 years. And you look at They have 11 or 6 guys that are ranked in the top 100 of the 2028 draft. Laya's at 11, Omar Cerna's at 19, Braun at 33, Reagan Ricken at 47, a lot higher than I would have expected. That's a guy who I think is going to pitch a lot this year. Landon Hood 74 and Diego Velasquez 80. So to me, that Jay Johnson's kind of taken the Lane Kiffin approach of, we're not only going to attack the portal, we're going to go and get some guys who can stay here for multiple years as opposed to these one-year mercenaries. We're going to have a couple of those too, but we're going to go and get some younger guys who are going to be here and be able to fill out the program for more than 1 year. And I mean, I put in the document, like, the potential lineup for LSU in 2027 looks absolutely phenomenal right now. Adding Angel Laya to right field, it just looks great.
No, I mean, it is the job Jay Johnson has done this offseason. I think it would be safe to say, Lloyd, that he had quite the motivation going into it, and he's delivered.
Not only that, it goes to show that when you give Jay Johnson the resources that he was asking for, what can happen? Because I think we all thought at some point, like, before Laya was like kind of done.
And
then you go and find somebody in the portal that's a freshman that hit 14 bombs, and you still had some room to play with in the outfield. You may have found a starter.
Right.
And that's what especially somebody like Wyatt said that could play for 2 years, and it kind of alleviates some of the problems that you would have for next year, because you have Bino Waters going to be here a year. You have the guys that are going to come in, get their 1 year at LSU, and then probably go to the draft. This is somebody that's going to stay for what you would hope is 2. And you don't have to really worry about rebuilding every single year. But my biggest takeaway is from Verge Osbury and what he is. Promises made, promises delivered.
Yeah.
Because Jay Johnson, I don't think, is able to do this if he doesn't have the financial backing with what he's been kind of clamoring for. Gets it, and now shows that if he has the resources, and unfortunately he had the time, but time well spent. Because now you have a roster, like Wyatt said, that
Coach. I mean, just
but 1, 2,
stacked.
3, 4, 5 of those are transfers.
Yeah, and I mean, and when you look at it, 1, 2, 3 guys, and Laya, Cerna, Braun. I mean, those guys they all have 2 years in front of them. You know, like, those aren't 1 year plug and play guys. I mean, those are guys that are going to be here for more than just 1 year. Same with Hood and the pitching staff, right? And now, even with 5 for 5 coming down the line and what potentially happens with Major League Baseball, there are so many moving pieces. But what this does is it breeds confidence in LSU's ability. Like that, no, they are caught up with the new era of college athletics. They are not behind or left in the wind with what college athletics has turned into. They're ready, and this lineup is ready. I mean, that lineup bangs. You think about and the other thing is, like, one of the things Jay said was he wants the power of his lineup to come from LSU, right? Guys that have been in the program, and he doesn't want to put that pressure on guys they went and got the portal, because that's what he did last year. He expected the power numbers to come from transfers, Caraway, York, Simpson, right? He expected those power numbers to come from there, and they didn't. The power numbers come from guys in your program. When I look at that lineup, the power is in those top 3 guys on the list that have been in this program last year. And, of course, you have power that can come from other guys' lineup, and Bino Waters, and, of course, and Laya and all those things. But Aaron Beatty, Cerna, and Braun, I'm pretty confident in what they can do with the dish, right, and what they did last year in the SEC. So beyond excited for what this season will look like, because Jay Johnson, he was on a mission. And like Lloyd said, LSU told him. Verge went on air on a microphone and said that they're going to give Jay what he needs to make it happen, and they've done just that, and Jay has made it happen. You cannot put Jay Johnson on an even playing field with everybody else and expect to go their way, because it's just not going to. They have found a way to dominate this offseason, and it's been really, really cool to see, and so excited for what this lineup could look like. I see in the chat, of course, some conversations around the pitching, starting pitching, and just arms on the team in general. I want to get y'all's reaction or thoughts on that aspect of it, because, of course, the lineup, beyond impressive. Where does everybody stand on the arm side of the argument?
Just don't think they're very feasible just to go get you a Friday night ace. They're out there everywhere. Go grab you one whenever you have very much a reason to believe in William Schmidt, Case and Evans, what you saw from Cooper Moore. You bring in Landon Hood, but the prevailing theory that there's just like LSU just ignored going to get starting pitching. You do kind of how Will Wade said it, like 7% of people are good enough to play here.
Right.
Certainly good enough to become a Friday night pitcher or a weekend starter when you already have people in those positions that didn't pitch poorly. It wasn't necessarily William Schmidt or Case and Evans that puts you in a bad spot. It was the roles after that couldn't keep.
Who's behind them?
Right.
It couldn't throw strikes.
Right.
And so you would had to come out, and there is a theory to it of, is this the best approach for LSU to go all-time starters that are power pitchers, a lot of walks, a lot of strikeouts, and then you will eventually have to turn it over to a bullpen that you don't trust. It's not the best scenario in which it can be, but also it has worked out where LSU has led the SEC and almost led the country in strikeouts for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good that comes with it. However, everybody that he has added out of the portal, what is the one thing we've looked at when it comes to pitching? It's their strikeout-to-walk ratio and the amount of innings that they've thrown. All of what you've gotten significantly better in that regard from everybody you've put on your baseball team since last year. Because that was obviously an issue of just throwing strikes. Now you couple that with the lineup that it feels pretty dangerous 1 through 9. You don't have to strike out everybody. You can allow to be like the ball to put in play, but I guess I'll say also this. It depends on what Dawson Park looks like at third base, but you got better defensively, it feels like, as well.
Oh, 100%. I don't even think there's a doubt.
I've never seen him play it.
Right.
Seen him play short.
Right.
Know he's good there. But you're trying to kind of run it back to what you did.
In 24.
When you had
25.
25, when you had 3 shortstops on the field. You're trying to do that again, which is not a terrible way to look at it.
It worked out pretty well.
It worked out pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be interesting because I think they're betting on development a lot. And I think that can lead to some people being hesitant about it, right? Because when it is the same guys and same names, same people that are going out there, you can have some hesitation about what it may look like. But development is a real thing, right? I mean, like, Schmidt did improve from his freshman year to last year and what he was able to do. Was it what it maybe some people anticipated or wanted it to be? No, it wasn't as good as he can be because he could be elite, right? He wasn't that last year. But if you saw a jump from year 1 to year 2, you could assume you'd see one from year 2 to year 3, right? And I think that I understand the hesitancy to it, but you're betting on development. And you're going to see what it looks like early on with guys that have been here, what they're going to be able to do this offseason. And like if what Lloyd's point is, right, with getting better defensively, more trust and confidence of what's behind you to where you don't have to be perfect and you can pitch a little freer, what difference does that make, right? And I'm very interested to see the development and the steps that this staff takes from last year to this year.
Yeah.
And I understand Cajun's plight because you're not wrong, but my thing is they're not going anywhere, and neither is the staff at this point. So what harm is there to believe in that actually things can get better? That everybody's allowed to get better. You've seen Yetsky be able to develop talent. Was it as good as it could have been last year? No, but you had a lot of guys that were in developmental roles that that are big, developing into a Friday night starter,
right,
developing into an SEC weekend starter. All of those were jumps that you had to make last year. You saw flashes. Now, we're all also extremely spoiled by having the year before Cade Anderson and Anthony Ianson. Like, that's what it looks like. Well, not everybody has that. That's why you won a national championship.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to have that year in and year out where everything kind of comes together. Now you have developmental pieces, or pieces that you have developed, I should say, that have been at LSU for now. This will be their third year. That's what you want. And then they're, like I said, Anthony Ianson was here for how long? 1 year. And you went and got somebody that was developed, and then you developed him to be even better when he got to LSU. And so now you have guys that you developed them, freshman, sophomore to now junior year. They know the plan in the process. There's no reason for them to not be frontline SEC guys.
Mm-hmm. I think the William Schmidt conversation is so interesting because you look at the stats. I mean, his ERA was it's like a 4.2, 4.3. Ty Floyd, the national championship season, had like a 4.95, right? William Schmidt took such a massive jump from year 1 to year 2. He's young for his like classification as a sophomore already. I think he's going to take another big jump. Now, does that mean he's going to be a first-round pick and the best pitcher in the country? No, maybe not. Maybe he just becomes a better Saturday guy. But I think those 4 guys, I'm very comfortable with Landon Hood, Cooper Moore, Case Evans, William Schmidt, finding some way to find 3 weekend starters. Reagan Ricken, again, like we saw him, he's on the top 50 in the 2028 draft board. So I do think they need another lefty for the bullpen. I know, Lloyd, you like the lefties we have. To me, I think we need another lefty. But as far as the starting pitching, like, we can have the conversation about Case Evans, whether he needs to go back to the bullpen, whether he wants to stay as a starter. I saw enough from him to where I think he can be successful as a starter. Maybe he is still better as a bullpen guy, but I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive. I think he can be a great bullpen guy and also be a great starter. I think William Schmidt is bound to take another step forward because, like, we don't need to spin it any other way. He did take a massive step from year 1 to year 2, and people don't want to talk about that. Does he need to go deeper into ball games? Absolutely. Does he need to be able to handle adversity better? Absolutely. Cooper Moore was your best pitcher until he got injured. Hurt. Landon Hood is the number 1 transfer portal, literally the number 1 transfer portal pitcher. I just don't know what people expect to go and get multiple top-line arms in the portal when you've already got 3 guys who were starters in the SEC last year who you're giving a lot of NIL to already.
Yeah, and you're betting on development, right? Like, I mean, that is what you are betting on. And I think you can say that Schmidt maybe didn't get to the point where you wanted. Schmidt was unpitchable his freshman year. Like, you tried to throw him in SEC games, and you could not keep him in the game. And so the thought process that it wasn't that big of a jump. He went from unthrowable, right? Because, I mean, does anybody push, like, you couldn't put Schmidt in a high-leverage spot as a freshman.
No, not at all.
They tried, and it didn't, like, he was unpitchable, right? Out of the freshmen that got to, like, they threw freshmen in Omaha. Schmidt was not one of them.
He was the worst of the 4.
He was. And last year, he maybe didn't extend into games like you would like,
but he showed he got better.
But he improved because guess what? He was pitchable. And he performed. You were able to start him every single weekend without even second guessing it. That is a jump. Now there has to be another one, right? Not everyone can do the Cade Anderson jump from pitching against Southeastern in the midweek to being the number 3 overall pick than just a year later. Right? And I think there was some of that pressure from Schmidt. Yeah. And we can all wear it because we all said it, right? Like, we all were going into, like, we need to see that type of jump for Schmidt, right? Built it up, but he made the jump. Now he has to do it again. And so I understand the hesitancy when you're betting on development, right? Because I think a lot of people get into that mindset in all sports, right? I mean, you went from seeing Jaden Daniels in his first year at LSU a lot of the times not let it rip, right? I mean, I remember sitting and watching Rowe and Coach Caskey watch the Tennessee game, and there was somebody on a post wide open down the field, and Jaden just didn't
doesn't
throw
do it,
right? But a year later, with the right development,
I don't know
Coach
how
was letting it rip.
Still don't know how that happened.
It's crazy. And so I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen with these guys, but you're betting on development. And there can be a hesitancy with that, and I completely understand, and I agree with it. I have it too. Like, you can be hesitant to bet on the same guys, but you've seen improvement, you've seen development before, and that's what you're banking on. And you've also, like Wyatt said, you went and got a guy in the portal in Hood who is the number 1 pitcher out of the transfer portal, right? You went and got Velasquez that when Lloyd threw up the numbers on the screen looked eerily similar to Ianson when you got him out of the portal, right? All of those things you have done this offseason. And you've given yourself guys, speaking of a Ricken, right? Betting on his development from year 1 to year 2, right? Those are all guys that can start for you. So it's not guaranteed who the 3 guys are going to be. And that's the position that Jay wants to be in, similar with this lineup. Give me guys, give me pieces so that I can fill in the push the right buttons here and there and see what we can do.
I think it's interesting that people are more skeptical of William Schmidt than Case Evans. I think that's the interesting thing because I think William Schmidt was probably a little bit better than Case Evans this past year. And to me, I'm less worried about William Schmidt than Casey Evans going forward, because William Schmidt is a guy, he took that leap from year 1 to year 2. If anyone kind of regressed developmentally, it was kind of Casey Evans. I mean, he was so unpitchable.
100%.
Like, he was great in year 1, and obviously it's a new role. It's a different, situation. He was expected to be the Friday night guy, the expectations and all of that kind of took a step back from year 1 to year 2. So I get confused when people are more worried about William Schmidt than Casey Evans, because Casey Evans is a guy, I don't know where he fits in the staff. Are they going to continue to push him as a starter? Do they go back to the bullpen? And I think William Schmidt, he gets a lot of hate because of the expectations he came in with. Right? You got him. He was supposed to be a first-round pick, this unbelievable guy, won a national championship at Catholic, right? It's almost like a little bit similar to the Arch Manning thing, of where everyone crowned him as this elite prospect, and God forbid it takes an 19-year-old a year or two to develop into a college baseball or football player, right? So I have no issues with William Schmidt. If anything, I'm a little not worried, but I just don't know where Casey Evans is going to fit in.
No, and I also think from Jay Johnson's standpoint, seeing the investment they've put in, the lineup, and the money they've spent, because this is what Verge said, right? He said they're going to pick their spots on how they spend, how you spread it around. You've got to choose when you're going to spend the money on certain sports, because you don't have unlimited funds, right? Well, they picked their spot. They chose this year as one of the years to say, you know what? We're going to invest the money into baseball. We're going to allow him to go do what he does. And Jay Johnson has invested that into the lineup. He's gotten some key pieces from a pitching standpoint. But you don't go spend this money on this lineup if you don't have confidence in what the pitching can do. Is that a safe assumption? Like, you don't invest the money in the lineup the way you had and the position players the way you had if you don't have confidence in what the pitching staff can do. Because then it would be essentially burning the if you're going, we're going to spend the money, but I actually don't believe in the pitching staff, you would be wasting the money.
Yeah,
right?
you'd
be better off to save it.
Like, you've seen them try to build lineups that just straight up bang. And
right.
You just try to outscore everybody. I think this is a betting on development and betting on what you pay for is hopefully what you get this time, because it is, if anything that you should be nervous about, it's not necessarily the pitching. It's from what you got out the portal last year to you're betting on the portal again in a way, because you just replaced your entire outfield with all portal guys as you expect, or at least you expect to, for those three to play. Now, did you get better players? It certainly feels like you hit the high points of guys that are very highly touted, but last year they were as well. But this time, and I think that Wyatt's point of this has come, it's probably the better way to look at it, is looking at draftability and where they project for Major League Baseball, not D1 baseball. Right. And it's like, oh, he's the second highest rated second baseman in the transfer portal. They get him play. So you see the difference between, hey, no, he's 6'2", 210 pounds, that's got 2 years of college left. Like, that sounds like somebody that is not only projects to be great, but also you get to develop. And so that's just that's a better way to do it, as opposed to the 1 year rental. And then you have, the rentals that you did get are the best in the sport that you could have gotten out the portal.
Mm-hmm. And I also don't think having hope in the development of these guys is excusing what was witnessed last year.
No.
This is not excusing it and saying it was okay or saying that it was good at any point. That's not what's being said.
The thing you have to be nervous about is kind of what you had last year and not having that again. You want them to be more of a...
Because last year was bad.
Well, and Jay talked about why it was bad. It was guys that looked at numbers. And you have Bino that comes on, mic'd up, and says, at some points you have to be a little bit selfish. That should make some alarms go off as to what kind of guy are you actually getting in terms of LSU baseball, not just Bino Waters baseball and what's best for him. You need guys that want what's best for LSU. You saw that in 25. You didn't see it so much in 26. And it's a hard thing to be able to quantify until you play. And you get you get Dawson Park, who didn't have the best showing at Texas State, or however that thing ended, where he gets essentially kicked off the team because he wants to go to the portal. He doesn't play the rest of the year. So these are guys you've added to your club that don't have the most sterling reputation of being team first guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I'm excited to see what this team looks like. I'm excited to see the development. I trust Jay Johnson. And that is forever. And look, will there be years like last year? Hopefully that's the only one that's like that. But when you're playing the game, right, when you're doing these things, that there are up and down years, especially with the way the sport has changed, the way that college sports have changed. But forever and always, I will bet on Jay Johnson. The reason I know I will is because when it goes wrong, the first person to say it and the first person to go hand up accountability was Jay Johnson in a press conference after a loss. And I trust Jay Johnson. And if he believes in the development and he believes in what they've been able to do and what it's going to look like, I believe in it. And you can call me stupid, but that's just Jay Johnson is a national championship winning head coach. When he sits and he does that interview, he's got trophies over both shoulders. We've got one of them up here on this shelf, and one of them sitting right next to Wyatt. 23 and 25. That's why I trust him. And look, we'll see what it looks like. I understand the hesitancy on development because it is a nerve-wracking thing when you see a guy that a year ago you didn't trust put back in the same spot. But if Jay Johnson's betting on the development, let's ride. And I understand, like I said, the hesitancy about it, but you've seen jumps made before. You've seen development under the same exact staff. And we'll see what it looks like. But Jay Johnson's put together a team, a lineup so far this offseason. The people and the players that he's been able to bring in have been massive. Multiple top 100 guys going in to the MLB draft. Multiple top guys out of the portal. 3 top 5 portal ads, 6 guys in the top 100 going into the MLB draft in 2028. Massive. And that doesn't even take into account the 2027 MLB draft. And where guys like Bino Waters slot in there, or William Schmidt, or Kason Evans, right? Super excited for what Jay's been able to put together, and we'll see what it looks like in, I don't know how many months it is till baseball season gets here. We still got a lot of football wins, a lot of basketball wins. I haven't said that in a while. A lot of basketball wins to witness before we get to a lot of baseball wins from our guy, Jay Johnson. So, super excited for what's coming ahead. A huge offseason it's been for all of the LSU sports. I mean, for the big three, of course, and football, basketball, and now baseball, they've just absolutely dominated headlines. They've been the first program, the program most talked about each and every offseason, and it's because this administration has invested and is banking on them all 3 winning. And I cannot wait to see what that looks like. For football, after spending the money they spent and putting together the roster they put together, because I think it can get understated sometimes, they put together a really good roster, like one of the best in the sport. Now you're betting on them being able to stay healthy. You're betting on them being able to mesh together as a team. You're betting on a whole lot of things to go right. But from a roster standpoint, they put together one heck of a roster. And then men's basketball, once all of this smoke clears and their roster is what it is, they've been able to put together, like Will said in that chair right there, a top 15 roster in the sport. And then now baseball, Jay Johnson's put together the best offseason in the sport and a roster that looks primed to bounce back and be what LSU baseball is supposed to be. That sounds like a pretty successful offseason, huh, Lloyd?
It was so far. The one question mark you have is kind of just hoping, and I guess what you're doing is put your faith in Will Wade, so I don't really have any problem with it because that's the only thing that's really a question mark outside of health.
Yeah.
For football, it feels like you put together a roster with a very good coach, very good players. Just need them to stay healthy. Basketball, the only real question mark is like, are you going to be eligible?
Yeah.
And it feels like if he's as confident as he is in their ability to play and be eligible, then I have only the same sentiment for basketball. If he says the top 15 roster and that's what he was able to put together, and him talking about it's not just about making the tournament. It's like that's a done deal. We're making the tournament.
Right.
That's
That is
already
the
a
floor.
success.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the tournament in quite some time.
No, I saw John Rothstein put out like his top, his SEC rankings, and LSU was on the bottom because it said undecided because once the roster, because you can't put them at 16 because you know they're going to be better than 16, right? And so you have to wait until the roster comes to fruition and it's all set in stone. So then they can be the top 5 team that I know he's going to put them as in the conference. So super excited for what this athletic calendar year has in front of us. It's already gotten started with the football game coming out and being played quite a lot this weekend. And that was my next question, Mr. Wyatt Vaughn. I believe we put in 15 hours Thursday and Friday. I'm very intrigued in what that total number of hours has now eclipsed after Saturday and Sunday, where you went solo and manned the system, the dynasty, the game yourself. Lloyd, do you have a guess?
If we're
It was 15 when he took it home.
And how many days did he have? 2?
Well, it was actually more than 15. We did 15 on stream.
Okay.
I also had Thursday night. I played
That is
until
true.
like 5
So we'll
a.m.
go 15. So it's
15
on
hours
stream.
on stream that we know about. Documented hours.
Yep.
And there's 72 hours left.
Yeah, because I mean there was 48 for sure in Saturday and Sunday, and then there was the remaining time of Thursday and Friday.
So 80 hours with the 15.
That's 80 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go 38 hours.
It's actually 39.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
39 hours,
39
0 minutes
hours.
when I logged off last night.
So
So that
16
means-
hours of your own time.
So it's 39 hours. So
39 hours.
15 hours on stream. You played 24 hours of the game off stream, an entire day's worth of that video game.
Yeah.
And how many national championships to show for
In
it?
7 years, I've got 1.
Okay.
He doesn't care about those.
No, that's the thing is
How
I
many
get-
number 1 recruiting classes have you
Oh,
gotten?
7. How many? Well, 7. That's the thing. Like, I get to the playoffs, and then my favorite thing is the recruiting and, like, building up the team and, like, seeing my players develop and stuff like that. And so, like, we get to the playoffs, and I'm like, dude, I don't really care about playing Oregon in the semifinals. Like, let's just simulate it. It is also fun because, like, it does take a little bit of the guessing out of it when I play, because when I play, I'm probably going to win. But when I simulate it, it's like, oh, this is like what would actually happen with the team that I built.
That you built your board in coach mode.
Right, exactly. And I am trying to be in coach mode. The only problem is I can't figure out a way to just like watch the games.
They have coach mode.
I know, they just put it into the game. I haven't really like tried it yet. I should try it though, because that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, like literally last night, like the first week of the playoff, they get like early National Signing Day, and that's where you can see the development traits of all of the recruits that you sign. And that's where you really find out how good your recruiting class is, because if you have like elite, star, impact, normal, that decides like
Right.
how fast and how much they develop over time. And so like I had a class of 22, 25 guys, and 10 of them were elite. So now I'm excited. I don't care about this playoff run. I want to get the boys on campus. So I just simulated the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
I get to my training results. My team's fucking loaded, and I'm ready to go.
I think it is hilarious that playing the games ranks so low on your desire list.
I don't care.
Because like that's like my favorite part is like getting into the game.
The video game part?
Yeah, like
no, the video game part is the recruiting, guys.
Like, I mean, I'll skip through like the FCS game or like, you know, if there's a game that like I don't feel like playing or whatever. But like especially getting to the playoffs, it's like, okay, if
Now
there
the
was
season
like
starts.
I could understand simming the regular season, but then the playoffs get here, it's like, okay, let's go win this thing.
That's the thing, like, I get excited for the playoffs. It's really the fact that I'm so close to the offseason, which my favorite, like, literally my favorite part of the whole dynasty is during the offseason when
Right.
you get the training results,
Yeah.
which is where you see how much your players developed over the year. So if you all have like a 5-star
Right.
elite
I understand that.
wide receiver who was like a 78 when he stepped on campus, now he's an 84. Holy fucking shit, what a fucking evaluation from Coach Come to My School Ho. Like, that's my favorite part of the whole thing. I love it so much.
No,
so much fun.
it's because I understand the excitement about that aspect of it, but you should also want to win, right? Like you should want.
Yeah, no, I want to win.
So
Of
Coach
course.
O, you understand? Like, do you know that? Like, you are so Coach O.
Am I?
I mean, Coach O going into 2021, right? Let's think about that year. So you're coming off of the COVID year where you don't play that well.
All right.
Right? He really didn't put all of his eggs in the basket of winning games, but you know what he did do in that 2021 recruiting class? the what was it, the number 4 class in the country,
And they
and
sucked.
go get, you got 2 5-stars, you got plenty of 4-stars, and like put together one heck of a class.
Yeah.
But you went 500.
Yeah, I mean, that's terrible.
So like that's but I mean, you're not going 500.
No,
but you're not worried about the winning of games. You're worried about the recruiting class.
No, I mean, I want to win. Like, I simulated the national championship last night.
Okay,
And
I
we
wanna
lost.
win.
And I was like, oh, well, all right. That is what it is. Like, let's get to this fucking training results. Let me get to the portal, boys.
But for what are you building it for? Just to do it?
He just wants the recruiting class.
Well, also,
Well, I want
part
them
of-
to win.
yeah.
Okay, but also, I will say part of it is I knew this was a little weekend fling with Noah's Xbox. I knew I was going to have to return it, right? So I didn't want to get bogged down and waste a bunch of time.
Oh, you want to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah, which is
that
recruit.
makes sense. That
If
makes
it's
sense.
my own dynasty, I would definitely play more. But the fact that I knew I was going to have to return this and I wasn't going to be able to go super, super far, like, I'd get excited about the recruiting classes, and then I want to see him play on the field.
Yeah.
So I don't want to waste time playing in the games, because that is a waste of time. I just want to recruit. You know, as opposed to, like, if it's my own dynasty on my PlayStation, I know if I play the games, eventually I'll get down the line and these players will see the field eventually. I was working on a time constraint.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so that was part of
So you
it.
had to capitalize on those 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
That is, yeah.
We are
that
getting
makes
close
way
to
more sense.
the game coming out officially, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay.
I'm fucking pissed because now I didn't know you can only get the Rainmaker thing if you purchased a $150 version. And so I can't have it.
Yeah.
So Noah's just fucking locked in on recruiting the whole year on his Xbox, and I can't have it.
It's here for everybody's consumption.
Yeah, but I don't want it here. I want to go home and I want to eat McDonald's and I want to sit in my underwear and recruit for 7 hours.
You can do that
Wear
here.
underwear here and eat McDonald's here.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
It's big on the underwear. The McDonald's, I
you
already
can wear
do
your
that.
underwear. I mean, I don't care. I mean, Charles might walk in and be a little uncomfortable, but
That's fine. He'll
that's
just walk
between
right back
that's
out.
between you and Charles.
That would add a dynamic to our relationship.
It
We
would.
really don't
There's
need any
plenty
more.
of dynamics in
Yeah.
that relationship already.
Yeah, it was so much fun though. It was great.
But
Weekend.
Cage says we almost lost to Texas A&M as a group. That game
We
was
won.
the one that I left. I had to leave to go let my buddy's dog out. Shout out Pierce Patterson, CS Roofing and Advising. And I'm sitting there while the dog's outside, and I'm watching y'all play.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems everything's in a good spot. Like this game is, you're kind of bouncing back after going down. Then Wyatt throws a terrible interception.
Bad interception.
Which,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
surprised me because it was just very out of character.
Right.
So he throws it. Then, Ty Benefield, thank you, sir, very much.
Biggest
gets
play
it
of the
back,
game.
makes it happen, right? Gets the interception back. Wyatt puts together a touchdown drive.
Ball back.
Christian then gets the controller in the second half.
Yeah, unreal.
And then instantly forces a fumble, scoop, and score, LSU in the lead.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's funny because we literally, like, we had the emotional roller coaster that we talk about the LSU football team is going to have going to Oxford and playing that, like, high emotion game. That was our first game of the day. Thursday didn't end super well. We were all kind of in a bad mood Thursday because we were playing like shit. We come in Friday. What a massive, unbelievable comeback win in Oxford. Final drive of the game. I think I scored a touchdown with, like, 15 seconds left. And then our reward is we got to play fucking undefeated top 10 Texas A&M
Well, just wait till
in
we get to
Tiger
the real
Stadium.
season.
We went down 21-7. Like,
Yeah.
it was tough. We had to
Letdown
fucking
game.
fight back, and we still came back and won. I'm proud of that win.
I am too, because it does feel like that's probably what's going to happen in real
It
life.
did
because
feel
it
kinda
was a bit of-
realistic.
Yeah,
it was.
100%.
Like, we were like, whew.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, like,
We
thank
battled
God we
the Ole
couldn't
Miss
stop
game.
talking about it. It's like, all right, boys, turn the page, 24-hour rule.
Literally.
Literally. And like, but that Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
So it did linger.
It
we
did.
had to lock back in. We had to take a beat. All right, guys. Ole Miss is done. We got to lock back in
1-0.
here. And we came back and won.
That Ole Miss game was a dogfight.
Yeah.
But then we get through A&M. We dog walk McNeese, get through that game. Then we go to Mississippi State next. We get through that one easily.
We
and
played
then we had
Mizzou.
Mizzou after that,
Yeah.
which essentially took the spot of
Kentucky?
was it Kentucky?
Kentucky.
I think it was Kentucky.
Took the spot of the Kentucky game. Mizzou was undefeated and in the top 10.
Yeah.
We battled through that game. We get that.
That was a
win.
tougher game than
it
expected.
was. And I don't remember where we ended.
I think we ended on Mississippi State.
Mississippi State?
I think that was the
Okay.
last game. I think our next game is Alabama or Texas, maybe.
We'll have to pull it up and check it.
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
Because the reason the schedule got thrown off because we moved around permanent opponents
Yes.
to make sure LSU had A&M and Ole Miss as their permanent opponents.
Yes.
And that changed some of the scheduling. But It was wild.
The game's in a
Absolutely
great
wild.
spot though. I'm very excited. There are some little things I don't like. Like I think in Road to Glory.
Did you play Road to Glory at all yet?
No, because I've read about it and they've introduced microtransactions into Road to Glory, and I'm not happy about that. So they're going to basically.
I mean, you knew it was bound to happen.
No, I knew it was bound to happen, but the problem is, Ultimate Team is where you should make a lot of your money on microtransactions. But the people playing college football don't care about Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
You're playing Road to Glory. You're playing Dynasty. So I'm waiting for that to happen into Dynasty. I mean, it already kind of has. With the Rainmaker thing, where you only get it if you spend the $150.
Yeah.
But overall, like, the NIL in recruiting has been so much fun to play around with.
And you only get one of the traits if you create a coach in Madden.
Yes, that's true, too.
Which, obviously, you already have Madden if you got that membership.
Right.
But then you, in turn, have to play it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't...
It's EA trying to make a buck.
I get it. I
They're trying to make
understand
money.
it. And look, I'm going to pay it. Like, that, it is what it is. But, like, the game is in a good spot. The gameplay... The logic of the defenders in coverage felt a lot cleaner, where a lot of them have been stupid for so long. The NIL, like I said, introduced a really cool aspect. It makes you feel more like the coach of a big-time program because you have to manage, like, it literally has, like, a little pie chart where you have, like, your roster NIL, what you're spending on your recruiting class, what you're spending on your facilities, what you're spending on your support staff, all that stuff, and you have a certain number of points. You have a certain number of points on every single category. Yeah. The coaching carousel, I obviously wasn't applying for other jobs, but it looked better. So it looked a lot better than the last couple of seasons. And then, like, a lot of the animations and the equipment makes the gameplay feel a lot more realistic.
Yes.
Like, it feels a lot more like real players rather than just like objects on a screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, because there's some screenshots going around from last year's game compared to this year's game, and it's like a market difference. Like, you could say play dress up, whatever. It does add to a bit of the realism of what these, like, what you see on the screen versus what you see in a video game. You'd like for it to, because it doesn't seem like it should be very hard to make it look like that's the equipment that he wears, that's whatever it looks like. Certainly for LSU, it's like, I want them to look like what they look like on the field, and they kind of got it pretty close to right.
Yeah.
With, like, the smaller pads, the helmet looks better.
The helmet
like,
tilt.
Yeah, just all looks more, like, that adds to
looks
the
so good.
It adds to the realism of it.
Helmet tilt got him going.
No, the helmet tilt is the biggest thing. Like, the helmet tilt looks fucking unbelievable.
It does.
Shout
It
out
makes
to
him look
Pac-Man.
like people and not like.
Yeah, it's where it's like, this isn't actually him.
Yeah, it's not like an action figure. It's like a real person.
Yeah.
But
No, I do want them to look like action figures as well.
I think the game's been great. I think it's been excellent.
Yeah, it's great.
We haven't even played mascot mashup yet. We went through the mascots. We haven't played that. We haven't played Road to Glory. We haven't played around. Did you play around at all with the catch meter? Well, you didn't play games. You were just recruiting. Stupid
the
question.
catch meter seems broken.
I was on an in-home visit with a 5-star from Georgia. Sorry, boys.
Yeah, in his underwear.
In my underwear,
in
yeah.
my home.
Absolutely.
This is what we do here.
This is welcome to take a seat.
Yeah. I've figured out recruiting, though. It's
there you go.
So much
I'm
fun.
sure you have. I don't doubt it at all. It's been cool, and I just think like the part I was most excited about was getting into the game and looking at LSU's team, playing with Sam Levitt at quarterback, seeing all the different pieces. I think it's very interesting the expectations that the game sets like about your team, and just kind of how that plays into your mindset. Like last year, it did in the fact of Barryon Brown to win the Heisman because he was a cheat code in the game. And let's just get it straight. He was still a cheat code in the game last week, like before this game came out.
Oh, yeah.
Barryon Brown was still the best player in the game.
Yeah.
It just made the LSU offense look better than it was going to be. And so now, playing the game, Trades Green's a monster. Lamar Brown is a monster. But it also has, like, it doesn't play Stefilian Green that much. Right? It doesn't play Malik Blockton that much. It's a lot of Don McKinley, Lamar Brown on the interior. And having Lamar Brown on the interior in general, right? Because I think he might kick outside and be an edge a lot during the season. Dylan Jones doesn't get as much run at running back. Who it anticipates the wide receivers are going to be, right? And Jackson Harris, Jace Brown, Eugene Wilson. Like, it does create a lot of those kind of storylines in your mind going into the season that I think with this team – you really don't know. Like, I don't know who the 3 receivers are going to be. You can guess. You can assume. I know 14 is going to be real good. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that I know is right in the game and is going to be right in real life is 14 is probably 7, an absolute monster.
Yeah.
And he's a monster in the game. That clip of the dude playing my career as a safety, he's doing Road to Glory as a safety, and he's matched up one-on-one with Trey'Dez Green, and Trey'Dez just dominates him.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
Was elite. Was excellent.
The
We don't even
Trey'Dez
have
Green.
we don't even have the catch meter turned on.
No,
we
That's
but
what
it's
it could be,
Trey'Dez.
3rd and 14. I am throwing it to
Yeah.
14.
Screw it, Trey'Dez down there somewhere.
That's what I do anyway.
Yeah.
Very bad at it.
We did get caught in it a little bit because we were just feasting with Trey'Dez to start the game.
That was my thing. I think I don't want to say Trey'Dez Green hurt me because that's not what happened. But like everyone in here is like, oh, we got to get the ball to 14. We got to get the ball to 14. I'm very meticulous and like I'm going to run the kind of offense that I want to run. I'm not necessarily trying to get the ball to certain players in certain spots. I'm going to run my plays. I know what I want to do. And at a certain point, like the play against Texas A&M where I threw a bad interception was I saw a matchup and I'm like, I like Trey'Dez Green here. Didn't read the play at all. Yeah. I'm just like a pre-read. I'm going to throw it to Trey'Dez Green here. And then once I get locked in and I'm not doing that as much, he comes into the offense naturally. He's going to make his plays, but I just got to run my offense the way I know how to.
That's it.
I know.
Way to get yourself right.
I know.
Shout out. But let's go 13 for 13 here on this beautiful Monday morning. We appreciate everybody starting their day with us, getting in here. Ivo asked, when will they update the roster? The rest of the freshmen get added. I would assume that'll be soon, or there's no more additions.
I think if they're not in the game right now, that means they opted out.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
I just didn't know because the game hasn't officially dropped, so I don't know if that plays a factor in it. But we'll see. We'll see. Gage, is Wyatt even good at the game? No, he is. He is. I'll give Wyatt his credit. Give him his flowers. We don't give him his flowers often.
Thank you.
Wyatt can eat a lot of hot dogs and play a lot of EA college football, and he's pretty good at it. Christian is like crack cocaine on that game.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It is a drug watching him play.
Yeah.
Like, I hit stick probably just as much as Christian, but it is not the same thing. That's what I was trying to explain to him. Because I called Christian a meathead for it, because he literally sits there like into the TV, and when he's about to hit stick somebody, it's
Yeah.
and then it's
it is feast or famine.
And then he punched himself in the head. Like,
that was unreal.
It is a drug. It's wild.
Something.
But here we go. Let's see here.
Trade, wave, release, cut.
Yep.
Cutter.
Oh, Freeze is a player. Wait.
San Diego FC, the Padres, the Aztecs, and there's one more San Diego. I would assume it's the Wave.
Oh, Aaron Judge, Jim Thome, Babe Ruth, Sammy Sosa. And then I think
500.
these are USA players.
Yep.
600.
No Tim Ream on there.
Where is Tim Ream?
I mean, come on.
The greatest of all time. Tim Ream.
The GOAT.
My dad didn't want to say it last night. I was trying to get him to talk about Tim Ream. He wouldn't talk.
It's like he who must not be
It
named.
gets too emotional.
He gets too emotional when Tim Ream comes up. I love Tim Ream.
I mean, he changed the outlook of soccer in America forever. Probably the most influential soccer player
Since
ever.
Pele in America.
Yeah, since Pele, I would say.
I just can't wait to watch Tim Ream play tonight.
Oh,
What
my
the
gosh.
fuck? Is that Jack
Okay,
Black?
so it's Mikey Madison is the young lady.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What? She's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can tell by your reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Is this Harvey Weinstein?
No, I think it's Sirius Black.
Oh, Gary Oldman?
Uh-huh.
My favorite actor.
I think it's him because he let his hair grow.
Shout out.
Bang.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that they had Mikey Madison's name already on there.
Those videos on Twitter.
Of her being the stripper?
Yep.
What team did Ted Ginn Jr. total the most receiving yards with during his NFL career? Would it be the Panthers?
See, I would think the Panthers, yeah.
Would it be the Saints?
No, it can't be the Saints. I don't think it would be the 49ers.
No. Did he play for the Dolphins?
Yes, he did.
It wouldn't be
That's who drafted him.
Yeah, it wouldn't, because the Dolphins were early. I would think it's got to be the Panthers.
I feel like he was with the Panthers the longest time.
And that was
But he
the
had so many.
peak of Cam Newton was when he was with the Panthers.
Right.
He had so many deep shots with the Saints. He was actually good.
I know.
It's not
No, it
the
was
Saints.
great.
There's no way it's the Saints.
What if it is, though?
If it's the Saints, I'm going to I'll show hole.
Okay. So Panthers?
Yeah.
For whole? There we
Okay.
go. Thank God.
Freaking dodged a bullet there. After 2 All-Star appearances and a Cy Young runner-up in Oakland, Mark Mulder got traded to this NL team in 2004.
I think the Braves.
The Braves. Okay.
I believe.
Hey, I trust you, LC. You know that?
I hope so, but maybe not with this one. But it does.
So it sounds like you're not confident.
This is the first team I thought of.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, LC.
LC.
Oh, well.
It's okay. Part of their 2003 title team, Syracuse Power Forward averaged 20 points a game across the 2 following seasons. Did Hakeem Warwick get drafted? Oh, what's up, Pat McAfee?
What's up, Pat McAfee? Dan.
Oh, it was the Cardinals, yeah. I think it was one of
Oh,
those
it does
teams.
a lot of fucking good now, LC.
That does when I double dip it.
Was it Hakeem Warwick? I know he played. I just don't remember what year he got drafted. I should remember from playing the game, the NBA 2K. in
That's
this
true,
era.
yeah.
But Hakeem Warwick was a part of that team, was he not?
I only know one player on that team.
Me too.
Oh, Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah, and he did not play 2 seasons.
He didn't. He played 1 season, and they got
That's right.
drafted number 3 overall
Mm-hmm.
to the Nuggets.
And probably a pretty good pick
And now they can't retire his number
because it's
because
Jokic.
Jokic got it, and he's better.
It's a legacy.
It's crazy. Now they just have to keep passing the number.
See,
down.
I think that's so much cooler than retiring.
But they won't
it.
do that because Jokic is that good
That's
that they're going to
stupid,
retire
though.
it.
Just keep giving out 15.
So here's the next one.
I don't know.
Carmelo's
It's
son?
going to be down the line. Wait till you get like another like generational like.
The
great
crazy
player.
thing is, there's no way they thought Jokic would be.
No,
that.
I don't know how he
No,
got
no,
it
no.
to
Of
begin
course
with.
not. Of course
Like
not.
they should have not given it to
Given
it,
it. Yeah.
and they did. I would say that this is Hakeem Warwick.
What's up, Pat McAfee?
Is my guess.
Yeah,
Name is
dude.
not Dan,
It's Owen.
It's Owen.
so I'm just gonna let's send Hakeem Warwick. It's a I, K H-A-K-I.
Hick.
Heck. Yeah,
Nice.
Good. This Asian country has 2 capitals: the constitutional capital of Kuala Lumpur and the administrative capital of.
push.Jay.
What's your JJ?
Uh,
I hope it's what's the one Gecko's going to?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thailand?
No.
It's not Thailand. I know the
Malaysia.
capital of Thailand.
Yeah, fucking
Bangkok.
Bangkok. Hot women there.
Mm-hmm. Especially in Thailand,
Yeah.
where you can do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sure, Wyatt.
Yeah,
Is that
okay,
what you're
Wyatt.
into?
Uh-huh.
It is
don't know.
objectively
I don't know.
crazy.
I have no idea this one.
I hope it's Malaysia.
We'll come back to it.
Will we?
You know, don't put it because I have no fucking clue. Like I don't think.
Killed
it's
the Prime
Malaysia.
Minister of Malaysia. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Wyatt. What up, Wyatt?
What up?
1975, this fast food chain with over 5,000 locations
Onion nuggets.
introduced
sounds great.
Onion Nuggets, a product that preceded one of their now staple products. Okay, so what would
sounds
Onion Nuggets
awesome.
be before?
Australia.
Australian
Outback
food.
Steakhouse.
Like, what would they have developed into?
I don't know.
Pat
You know what?
McAfee.
Geez, this is a lot. I would think it's Outback. Oh, not fast
But it's
food.
fast
It's not
food.
I was
fast
just
food,
thinking
'Cause
the
Bloomin' Onion.
onion nugget goes
Right.
to Bloomin' Onion.
Because that's my
Right.
thing. It's like,
that was my original thought.
what could an Onion Nugget develop into?
Like
Onion
onion
ring.
rings, but there's a ton of places with onion rings.
Who would have been the first onion ring?
They have
know.
onion nuggets to start, which sounds.
Oh, Johnny L says McDonald's.
Oh, wow.
So
what's
what
their
would be the staple product?
Just nuggets in general.
Chicken nuggets?
I didn't
I
know
would
Johnny O
assume-
was here. I would have waited for the Mark Mulder conversation.
No, he just showed up. Just popped in. Gina Rodriguez got accidentally
God.
artificially inseminated by her gynecologist in this CW romantic dramedy that debuted in 2014.
How do you do that as an accident?
Yeah, me.
Well, good thing it's a show.
I didn't know that either.
Who is Gina Rodriguez?
I don't know who that is either.
I think maybe if I saw Gina
It sounds like a
Rodriguez's
name
face.
that I know, but I know it's
Right,
not.
it's not one of those.
It's not one of these.
There are
actually.
two of them.
Yeah.
I
It's
can-
Gina something else.
Would it be safe for me to look up what Gina Rodriguez looks like?
I think she's in Fast and Furious, is she not?
Is that who that is?
I think so.
Oh, is it what's the thing?
Did you see the Did you see the intro
What
to the
up,
game
buddy?
last night with Vin Diesel?
Uh huh.
How many times he said family? It was unbelievable.
Anyway,
He just snuck it in, but like didn't even
can't
try.
help it.
He just shoehorned him in.
Yeah. Jane the Virgin.
Oh, well, technically, is she still?
I would say that counts. Yeah.
Like
as
how
still
Mary
being
did
a
it.
virgin.
Set in London during the early 1970s, Gary Oldman and Colin Firth starred in this 2011 Cold War spy thriller.
Gary
Must be
Oldman.
Gary Oldman's birthday or something.
He's dead.
He's not.
Got angry at you for saying
He
that.
is my favorite actor, like ever, because he's in Harry Potter, which
Sirius
I
Black.
love. Sirius
Yep.
Black and Harry Potter, and he's Jim Gordon in Batman.
He is.
Fucking two of my favorites.
That- no,
if he
that
was
is-
in Star Wars, he would be the best.
Yeah.
He already is the best, but
He's not in Star Wars, though.
no.
But he is in this 2011 Cold War spy thriller
With
that
Colin
you don't seem to
Firth.
know.
I don't know who Colin Firth is.
More like Colin Girth.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gary Old Woman.
Talk about Thailand.
Okay. I've never seen this Cold War spy thriller.
I plead the Firth.
Me.
Boy in striped pajamas.
It's not Boy in Stripes. There's no way that got you that bad.
Oh, nice.
Come on. Lloyd didn't even know what it was that got you.
I don't know what.
I thought it was.
It was good. I don't know that it deserved this.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it cracks me up.
God damn it, man.
I played the first.
Only when I go to Bangkok. There's another one in there that we would all want to say.
Stupid. Oh, so stupid. Tinky.
I just shit my pants.
This artist won Album of the Year at the 1996 Grammys for her album Jagged Little Pill. Who sang, or who had the album Jagged Little Pill, Lloyd Courtney?
I'd like to
Ice
take
Spice.
one.
Toby
SpongeBob.
Maguire.
Oh, what a fucking hookup
They
that
were
is.
sharing a vape.
Way better than Love Island.
They said they were sharing a vape.
Bullshit. They were sharing saliva.
Mm-hmm. So it's sativa.
Sativa. Fucking, I knew Toby Maguire was the best Spider-Man.
Spider bulge. Do you think he has some of the props? Do you think he gets in his little outfit?
I would if I was him.
Get a real boner.
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette.
Throw web.
Oh, Alanis Morissette.
I don't know her.
I've heard the name somewhere.
All
I
right,
think
Cardinals.
it was, Big guy.
Pants okay.
When he did the
SpongeBob.
countdown on
SpongeBob.
the board that one day, when he's going 3, 2, push my big guy pants okay.
I forgot about that. That was funny. Well, sometimes you're funny.
Sometimes.
Can we build a running back?
No, I want to go home. I have incredible chest pain and I don't know why.
Chest pain?
Yeah, it's
Like
like I
stabbing?
got like acid reflux, but
See-
I didn't eat anything.
I get that too, but it's always like around my heart. But it's not a heart attack. Like
No,
I
it's
don't-
just some weird
I don't know.
buildup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like.
Indigestion?
Yeah, but I don't know why.
I think I have heartburn and
Nothing
just
really.
don't treat it. Like, I
Today,
just live
like
with
I
it.
Yeah.
drank this Gatorade, but it didn't
I think
help.
you did pop up for that Gatorade quite quickly.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
got
when it started
dry.
hitting you?
Yeah, so I feel bad. Otherwise, I would build a running back. Maybe tomorrow.
What'd you eat yesterday? Nothing.
I had cheese and crackers
10-4.
and some old Chick-fil-A.
We appreciate everybody getting in here, hanging out with us here on this Monday morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. We might even be live at some point today. Depends if Wyatt gets some McDonald's and pops into his underwear to play some college football. But we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
SpongeBob, big guy, pants okay.
Later.
SpongeBob, big guy,
Pants okay.
pants no K, underwear.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.